Okay, can you please wait 2 minutes so the person will join?
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Pasadi, can you explain about yourself and your experiences in DevOps? Can you explain?
Yes. So I have totally around like 8 years of experience. I was mainly into DevOps and cloud implementations actually. So I had experience on DevOps tools like Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Chef, and Puppet, and configuration tools like Ansible. Configuration tools as I said like Ansible, Chef, and Puppet, and monitoring tools like Prometheus, Grafana, AWS CloudWatch, New Relic, and Datadog. So I had experience in cloud tools like AWS and Azure as well. So that's about my what I have experienced. And like coming back to my current project, what I did was like so I am part of an architecture and engineering team actually. So what I did was like as a part of an architecture and engineering team, we support like multiple applications and multiple business teams actually. So what we did was like we work with some application teams and start with the architecting. So when I say architecting, it is like a platform architecting actually. So after completing the architecting, what we did was like we jumped into the development process as well. We set up their complete CI/CD pipelines from start to end. And right now, what we are doing is we are monitoring those applications. What we did, like we are monitoring around like 20 to 25 plus applications. So that's about myself. So
Yeah. So which source code control management tools you worked? Like GitHub?
So actually, like primarily, I was working on GitHub and Bitbucket. I was also responsible for working on some kind of third-party tools, like working with the SVN in the previous project. So
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me what is the difference between Git pull and Git fetch?
yes, I can. So basically, main difference is that the main difference was like the people will automatically merge their code into the current work directory. So in the Git pull and the merge is having two basic differences. So first of all, like a good pull is like going to run a Git fetch and then a Git merge. Whereas the Git fetch will just fetch the changes in the local staging directory, the local staging like directory, and then like are not merging it automatically inside that. So I would like to say that so this is the primary difference. And apart from that, we also got the conflict conflicting information about the whole behavior driven development which is added inside that. So
Okay. So, I mean, which build tool you worked? So you told Jenkins, right? So what are the jobs you created in Jenkins? What type of jobs?
yes, primarily like we use like Jenkins file based group like I will insert the application of those responsible for both the Jenkins multi-branch declarative services and said that like I was also responsible for like Jenkins APIs and also like Bitbucket. I also have like used like Maven and Gradle as well, and for building the Java applications. And this will primarily used for building the entire applications. That was the stack of the application, like Jenkins system, which is handled normally handled by us actually. So
Okay. So, do you know what is the difference between scripted pipeline and declarative pipeline?
yes. So basically, it's like the main difference between them, like a scripted and the declarative pipeline is scripted or so they are just too different for solving the problem. So scripted is like more of like groovy. So when we are using like scripted, and it's actually kind of like more using the groovy code to add functionality that is already available to the Jenkins DSL. So we have got like a pipeline syntax differences apart. Apart from that, there are some other basic differences also, like which are added inside the Jenkins application side.
Okay. So how do you take backup of Jenkins server?
Yeah. For that, we will take like a backup of the entire workspace directory. Like apart from that, we can also have take a backup of the instance level. We can also create automatic snapshots, which can help us to add specific snapshot data and add them at runtime environment. Like I would like to say, so yeah, this is like one of the high level. And apart from that, we can also add some of the automatic snapshot data with the application service environments, and subtract the entire structured data on top of that. Yes, and also like we can also use a custom script in the cron job, which can actually copy the entire workspace directory to a different server or to like an S3 bucket.
Okay. So do you have experience in Docker?
Yes, I do. I do have that.
Yeah. So can you explain about Docker file? So what is Docker file?
Yes. So it's like Dockerfile is like a blueprint of actually of it's like when we are going ahead and trying to define the blueprint of the entire Docker container. So you don't have to worry about the multiple steps. So it will have the steps which are required to create a running image of the application side. I would like to say, like, which is added on the top of the underdog write system. So
Okay. So what is the difference between CMD and entry point in Docker file?
Yes. It's like the main difference is like CMD will have like arguments in this case. Like so in Docker file, entry point instructions used to set the executable that will be always run on the container when the container is initiated actually. So so default parameters of the entry point cannot be overridden when the Docker runs into the command line interface in central on the like application systems. So that is the main difference I would like to say is the application side is supposed to continue the initiation. So.
Okay. So can you tell me the command to list all containers?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. It's like we can use it's like one is like Docker PS hyphen, and another one is like Docker uh, one is Docker PS hyphen A, and the other one is like Docker PS dash AQ, and so.
Okay. So what is the default network in Docker containers?
Basically, the default network would be the which comes in the Docker. So basically, by default, Docker provides for drivers for you actually for you the bridging the overlay drivers. So you can also write a network driver plugins so that you can get the end drivers that is an advanced task, but which you don't want to do in the runtime. I would like to select we can just use like it on the backend side and try to work on the network APIs.
Okay. So do you have experience in Kubernetes?
Yes, I do.
Can you explain what are daemon sets?
Yes. Basically, the daemons are actually something which will help us to like maintain the adequate number of pods, which manage it as like deployments. So it was created for one particular purpose to make sure the apart from that, like managers run all the particular cluster nodes on top of the runtime APIs. So.
Okay. Can you explain the list of services available in Kubernetes?
Yes. I can say we have like multiple services actually which are available in the Kubernetes. So basically we have got like services from the application side, and we also have some of the services like the replica set on the controller, which is the cluster IP. And then apart from that, we also have like node port actually. So a node port and like
okay. What is the node
IP.
port?
Um, it's like something like which helps us to like a kind of expose like an external code inside there. So basically, know that like we will be used to kind of expose port to the outside world. It's actually in the port range of 330 and 1030, 2006 and 7s, and so like if so too, like if the port if the left empty community slips on in that way. So like basically an output will expose the service to all the nodes in the cluster. Do not put it in expose the service on on a static port in between IP addresses. Look, I would like to say that like which is added on top of that. So
Okay. So what is headless service?
um uh, uh, it's like basically like a headless service in Kubernetes, like that, which is used in Kubernetes for I guess cluster IP, like is regular like the community regular to the community service, like where the spec and the cluster IP is explicitly set to none, and the spec type is set to a cluster IP. On top of that, like I would like to say send the like data points.
Okay. So which configuration management tools you work?
I have worked on Chef, Puppet, as well as the Ansible for the configuration management, and I have like a good experience on working on them. Working on them like basic. Initially, I have good experience on working with the Chef integration actually. As I can say so.
Okay. So what is the main difference between Chef and Ansible tools? On which mechanism those tools will work?
Yeah. Chef and Ansible, it's like it's like what we call um, uh, um, 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 so like the main difference between them is like the Chef and Ansible is then like Ansible will have an like agent basically coming to the Ansible agent, like you have got like nothing which can be used as a defining as like specification data. So in the Ansible, like we don't have any agent features so what happens in Ansible, like we don't have any kind of agent. So in the Ansible, like we don't um, uh, it's like um, uh, uh, um, like um, um, so like so we can say like um,
Okay. Okay, fine. Do you have experience in Terraform?
yeah, I do.
Can you explain what are Terraform modules?
Yes. So I was actually responsible for using the Terraform deployments. So yes, Terraform modules are actually something which are used like pre-built services. So that these are like rebuilt Python code which can be executed on runtime. So the Terraform modules, like these are actually used for a pre-built code it's a container it's a container for multiple services that are used together. Like every Terraform configuration has at least like one module known as the root module, which consists of the resources defined in the consists of which consists of like the resources defined in the data form file is like main working directory of the application side, like I would like to say.
Okay. So can you explain what is the state in Terraform?
Yes, it's nothing but like it's basically nothing but it's like what we call like it's like it can remotely keeping the entire state is in like S3 bucket, like which is basically nothing but a state file which is actually stored on the remote S3 bucket, and added on top of that we can actually use it on the S3 bucket on the application environment as well, like and this could be handled on top of that as well, like the application state like which is can be released so the S3 bucket can actually make sure that it keeps track of the entire state on the S3 environment.
Okay. So what is the command to check Terraform syntax and those things? So what is the command? Can you tell me? I want to check whether syntax is correct or not. My Terraform file.
Okay. So we can, for that we can use like we can do like a Terraform plan and then Terraform in it, and then finally we can actually go and use like multiple syntax. So we can also do a Terralint actually, like so basically for the late check we can use the direct. So we can also use Terraform linters, which is like TF ANT, like so we also have like what Terra Grant, and we have various tools like which are available for doing that, I would say. Like so these are kind of handled by doing the various kinds of init checking tools. So
okay, so which monitoring tools you worked under? Monitoring tools.
I have used like AWS CloudWatch in terms of the application side, and I also respond for using the AWS CloudWatch alarms and implement data which is inside the application service data. And we also got some of the like a new relic as well as and which is can be sit there on the data points and ending on the application service automation set. And so and I also have like experience on Prometheus and Grafana as well, and and New Relic. And
do you have experience in Datadog?
Sorry.
Do you have experience in Datadog?
Yes, I do. Datadog, yes.
Okay. So, for example, if application goes down or application crashes, so how will you troubleshoot?
Yes. So like what we can do was like initially like we will check the logs. I would like to say we'll check the logs when the alarms are validated. So then we can actually see the application works fine. I'll say that. So application is working fine or not. So
okay. So only these areas you will check. Only logs. Any other areas?
Yeah, so basically like we going to be like we can also like we can go to like application environment. So we have that like Elasticsearch log stack, Kubernetes as well as this Splunk. So we can actually go and use these services for the application environment, like integrated on a third party. So we can use these, get into a Splunk service data and add them with the application and data points and points and like deployments and deployments on the source code, and one of the integration deployed, and also like what I can say, like we can also automate automate them across the production system, so that we can actually make sure that the service code has it. So I didn't say like on the application side, so we should not be any problem at all, and we can also have some of the customized Splunk environments which are released. So,
okay. So what is AWS Lambda function?
So it's like basically I can say like AWS Lambda function is nothing but like a way to run multiple kind of services, and so that like basically like Lambda function helps us to like run multiple Lambda environments and deployments on the application side and microservices like which are automated. I can say like so that like we're also able to add multi data points on the runbooks and deploy them. So we can also able to get the orchestration which is handled in the application third party and deployed. So we also have some of the like Lambda API which is rolled out all the way to the production system without any downtime. So once the automation once the automation is handled, so we also rolled out the changes across like backend systems, and we don't have to worry about any of these third party source code environments.
So how many elastic IPs are allowed to be created by AWS? Elastic IPs.
So basically, like Amazon has like some kind of limit actually, but we can get that limit increase. I think that's like there is a like limit for that also. Like so by default, like you can have like a you can have them like for a region you can have just have like 5 elastic IP addresses, but you can just call them and by taking to the Amazon support, so we can like talk to them to increase the limit actually.
Okay. So can you explain about VPC, virtual private cloud?
So basically, like the VPC on the Amazon is nothing but like a slice of the Amazon network, like which enables us to launch resources into like virtual network that can that like a network that you have defined. So this is a service like which lets us to run like a multiple application network APIs, which is added into the launch configuration, and then work on the like virtual network data. So it helps us to add the handling of the application service, and then like with the customized platform. So we can run these applications across system, and we don't have to worry about any kind of network downtime. So they will help us to like keeping track of all of these things, and then like each of the services are added in the customer's back from automation.
Okay. So how many subnets you can have per VPC?
We can I think like we can have on like a single region, like Amazon allows us to for a single VPC. I think we can have up to like 50 subnets, but you can also get it in increase by talking to them, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Do you know about blue-green deployment strategy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, can you explain that? Why we need and what is it to use?
Yes. Basically, blue-green deployment is nothing but like used for adding virtually new question that are then like a green cluster for deploying that applications across the system. So basically, blue-green deployment will have two identified clusters running on the cloud, so that when the blue cluster is down, then we can actually go to the green and deploy them on the real-time environment. So like unlike I can also say like once the deployment is complete, so on the blue, we can then route the traffic on top of that, I would like to say. In that case, like we can actually understand the entire deployment all the way to production system, product system, the blue and green deployment. So, and this can be done in real time for the routing environment, and this helps us to work on getting the entire application deployed without a single second downtime for the end users. So,
thanks. So can you explain about auto scaling? Or that's how you will do auto scaling?
Yes, I can. So basically, when coming back to the like auto scaling group, like I would like to say like I can actually work on the auto scaling group, like where we can actually add more capacity in the real time. Like I would say like, so in the auto scaling environments, you can actually use each of these systems and and make sure that we are adding capacity in real time to backend in the back of the like load balancing. Like, so what we will do is like we have like multiple load balancer instances which are inside the application side and release them on multiple systems as part of this third party. So
Okay. Yeah, okay, Pastor. So I'm done from my side. Do you have any questions?
Yes. I just want to know like what will be the team size and what will be the day-to-day activities. And what are the expectations?
Yeah.
If I selected like from.
Here, the expectation is we are looking for the AWS SRE role who can handle Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, especially monitoring tools, application troubleshooting.
Okay.
So those kind of activities we are looking, and where it is client details. I'm not sure. We are building the team here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's a one kind of product we are building here. Oh. The team right now we are building the new team actually.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So okay.
Okay. Thank you, boss. Thanks.